Ain't I the big city folk this morning in my tie and credentials, heading over to the Capitol building here in Washington, D.C., grab a couple interviews with Congressman Frank Lucas, Senator Jim Inhofe, and Senator James Lankford. Then I'm going to attend a rally of the U.S. Sheriff's Association, and then do my radio show featuring the Hold Their Feet to the Fire event, based on the funding of the Foundation for American Immigration Reform. We are having a rally on the western lawn of the Capitol building, talking about victims' rights and the rights of those who have been victimized by illegal immigration. I'll be covering more of this on the radio show this afternoon and talking to some of our local sheriffs about what was discussed today, and we'll also talk to some experts on the program. But you gotta admit, when you're in a town like this and you're seeing us exercise our First Amendment rights, it gives you a good feeling about what our country is all about. Here, in this backdrop.
I wish I'd go away after retired, but I promise the men and women of ICE that I will not leave this fight. I will defend the men and women of the Border Patrol and ICE and law enforcement to the day I die. I'm not going away, and I'm not shutting up.
Well, first of all, let me just say that if any of us were to look up the word patriot in the dictionary, you'd see a picture of Tom Homan. What a great patriot he is for this nation. Good morning, everyone. It's an honor to stand here with almost 200 of my fellow sheriffs from across the United States. Each and every one of us took an oath to protect our citizens. We all placed our left hand on the Bible, raised our right hand, and pledged to uphold the rules and regulations of the U.S. Constitution.
And my heart goes out to all of you standing here today, and what I just listened to is spot on. I mean, you're absolutely right, and I'm so proud to stand amongst these sheriffs that are out there fighting for us and fighting for you. Congress right now, what's going on is an embarrassment. There's a lot of members of Congress. Andy Biggs is one of them. He'll be here shortly. I'm also a member of the Freedom Caucus. Tennessee, we have tougher laws than most places in the country. But Kerry King in my district fell victim to an illegal alien drunk driver, and we lost another person in Knoxville, Tennessee. So there's no doubt that the problem has to be addressed. I, like the sheriff, am very proud of Donald Trump and what he's been trying to do. And we are making progress, but we've got so much further to go. And as long as this charade, this circus is going on in the House, now trying to impeach the man that's trying to help all you and help our country and help secure our border, it truly is a sham and a shame. And I agree that you should vote people out of office that won't stand up for something as simple as border security and protecting our country.
And if your president has anything to say about it, and I dare say he does, he says it to me forcefully often, and I'm in the Department of Homeland Security. I run USCIS, the legal immigration agency, along with our partners ICE and CBP. We form what used to be INS, and we're handling the crisis at the border, getting our arms around it, thanks largely to the willingness of this president to be aggressive in a way none of his predecessors were before. And one of the impediments we face, ICE in particular, is a lack of cooperation with law enforcement across the country in sanctuary cities and counties. So the other reason I'm here is to thank the law enforcement officials, the sheriffs that are represented here, who've done what has been the American tradition simply, and that is cooperate. Cooperate with other levels of law enforcement, state and federal in this case. It is incredible, and you can count on one hand the number of times local law enforcement officials and state law enforcement officials have failed to cooperate in enforcing the law with the U.S. government. And none of those examples anyone involved with is proud of. And I dare say when we look back on this history, they will not be proud of the losses they have induced and countenanced in our communities across this country, in the sanctuary cities and counties of this country. Right here in Montgomery County, Maryland, In the last 9 weeks, they've had 9 sexual assaults by people who were here illegally, many of whom they released without letting ICE know. Why is that hard? What is so hard about removing violent criminals from your community? Why is that hard? I know every one of them in law enforcement in Montgomery County took an oath just like the folks who are standing here. Why is it only the folks standing here who get it, who actually defend their communities, and, by the way, help keep all the rest of us safe in doing it? That is become a political club of the extreme left.